Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Transport Fever! I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back here in the great American plains, where things are going pretty darn well. We're currently sitting on $37.8 million. It's 1950. We've got deliveries going back and forth. We have a lot of empty trucks here, don't get me wrong. I'm well aware of that. Also, are you actually... No, you're not hauling anything. I was worried that you were hauling something there. So we have a lot of empty trucks here. And you might be thinking to yourself, hold on a minute, why have you got empty trucks? That's not a good thing. And no, it isn't, but there is a reason for it. And basically, those are all new trucks that I brought in at the end of the previous episode. That's why they're empty, basically. It's that simple. We might still have some empty trucks because the farm up here, while production is going to increase fairly soon, it does seem to prioritize one thing over another in terms of production. So it seems like it's prioritizing livestock at the moment over things like grain. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I have a feeling we might end up seeing a few empty trucks go back and forth for a little while, but I have to say, in general, things are going really, really well. We have this train over here, which is currently coming back from Arlington with 90 units of fuel for Chicago. That's probably going to make a lot of money. And, I mean, Chicago in general is up to 1,061 people living there. It's getting a decent amount of food. It's getting a decent amount of tools. It's getting no goods at the moment, and I would like to fix that. It's getting really almost no machinery, and I would like to fix that as well. But as time goes by, I mean, we're really going to be nailing it in terms of just giving Chicago everything that it wants and everything that it needs. I'm going to speed the game up a little bit there so this train gets in a bit quicker. I'm actually curious to see just how much money 90 units of fuel will actually make, because we do get a lot of money from food deliveries to Chicago. So the fuel's going to come in and is going to be 6.34 million. You're actually coming in with nothing at the moment. There's no food on that train. That's actually okay, to be honest, because production here is currently zero because the trucks were replaced. So the trucks that usually bring in all the livestock and the goods and all that stuff, they're just now starting to coming down here because we had to replace the old model trucks with the new model trucks, and yeah. So things weren't working all that efficiently over this way. But we're about to fix that. We should see some real good production from the Santa Rosa food processing plant. At least hopefully. There we go, a bit of production going on there. This train will eventually fill up. Eventually. It'll just take some time. As for this place over here, production at the farm is still technically zero, which is actually kind of annoying, I'll be honest. Not a huge fan of the fact that production is currently zero there, but again, I imagine that'll pick up once the production line itself becomes a little bit more efficient. There is the other food train coming back. It's going to end up just sitting there until this one fills up, and then this one will come in and start filling up as well. So hopefully we're going to see some really good stuff here. I do hope that gets back on its feet pretty quickly. But at the moment, we're sitting on $42 million. I'd like to do something with that. I think it's about time that we start, you know, really taking it seriously in terms of the oil that's going back and forth here. So if we have a look at that line... Oh, I forgot we had some of these already upgraded to... I love that the planes are making money as well. But if we have a look at the fuel line here, we could probably do some good stuff with that. But I feel like we also need to do some good stuff with the crude oil line. So we're going to go up to Arlington. And we're going to say, hey, why don't we put a couple more of the Studebaker US6 U5s on that line. So it's going to carry crude oil, which I think it was dark blue or something. I don't care. We'll get, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new crude oil trucks. They're going to go on the crude oil line just there. I realize we don't actually... The old vehicles there are the Fords. Let's replace all of those. I've just replaced the ones I just bought. Really good job, me. Well done. So yeah, we're going to replace all of those. The coal line down here you know what? I'm going to go through and replace all the vehicles we have. All the old trucks getting replaced with new trucks. The fuel line could probably do with an upgrade as well. So let me just get a few. Let me upgrade that first. So replace immediately. And then let me get a couple of these in sort of that pinkish color. 1, 2, 3 of them. And set those on the fuel line as well. Then the iron line down here is going to be replaced immediately as well. The logs line is going to need to be replaced immediately. 1.1 million is fine. Machinery can stay. Actually, no, machinery can be replaced as well. So replace the machinery, replace the planks line. Considerable amount of oh no, oh, it's a new plane, that's fine. And a steak car, fair enough. I do love me a good steak. It's a different type of steak, I know, just so we're clear. I realize I make jokes like that from time to time and people are like, that's not the same kind of steak, what are you talking about? Cause, yeah, whatever. 2.15 million to replace those. Let's get the tools one upgraded as well. 1.95. Let's get the stone. Let's just upgrade all of them. We have the money. Like, we have the money to upgrade all of these. I don't think it's going to be a problem. We'll get the slag one fixed as well. And I think that's all of them, except for the bricks, apparently. Those are definitely going to need to be fixed. So, replace. And the Chicago to Elgin bricks as well can be replaced. And at that point, I think all of those are slowly being replaced by the new trucks, which is absolutely what we want to see. So right there, we should see some really good stuff happen. We should also, you know what I realize I should do? I should make sure the train that does the fuel is set up correctly. So fuel from Arlington, I want it to wait in Upper Arlington until it's full. So I don't want it to leave Upper Arlington until it is actually full of fuel. That way we're going to save a little bit on the running costs of this train. Because it's not going to be moving all that much. Because it's not going to fill up immediately. Which is totally fine by me. Now, as for this plane here that's just taken off, are you full? You've got one person. Okay. I mean, at least the planes are making money. That's all I'm really interested in, so that makes me happy enough. Now, I did see a comment on the previous episode that said if I wanted to, I could absolutely set up, I believe, yeah. So, someone was saying I could do some crude oil from Durham to here. Grand Prairie Oil Refinery. That word was almost something very different. Grand Prairie Oil Refinery. To make oil and fuel. And I'm thinking that might not be the worst thing in the world, because then we could turn that into plastics. And then turn the plastics up here into goods, and then have the goods brought down to Chicago. Now, obviously, we're going to need planks, but we do have planks right here. And we do have a train line that goes right up there. So I think we might need to double up on our efforts with the planks and start making some goods. But let's start with plastics first. So what I want to do is I want to bring a medium country road off of there. Or maybe not. Maybe that's not going to work. So off of there. And if I could bring it through the mountain, I absolutely would. But for some reason, there we go. Construction not possible. Okay, good. No, straight through, please. Right, aha, that'll do. So I want it to go straight through the mountain. Super expensive to do so, I've noticed. Where are we going? So we're going over there. So if I wanted to connect to that, like that way, 8.06 million to do so. Or, alternatively, not possible. So 8.06 million for a direct road there. Yeah, why not? There we go. 8.06 million for that new road. But that is going to be useful. But then what we want to do is we want to have a road that goes from here, possibly around that hill this time. Well, you know what? How much? How much for that? 8.1... 7 million. No, I don't want to be too reckless with my money. How much would it cost, like, go around? Actually, 3.52 for that. Yeah, that'll do. All right. No, it's still reckless, but not as reckless. So that right there is going to be a direct line to start making plastic. Then the plastic needs to go pretty much all the way up this road. Oh, I can make plastic there as well. Interesting. But then the plastic needs to go all the way up this road through Lafayette. So let me go ahead and upgrade, like, all of this. Just all of that road if I can. But apparently it doesn't want to let me, which is great. Why doesn't it want... Why can I not... Does it need to be like a smaller road? It does. No, terrain alignment problems. Really? I find that difficult to believe. Bulldoze that bit of road then. Terrain alignment problems. We'll see about terrain alignment problems. So go to there and around like that. There we go. And then can I upgrade all of this bit? Yeah, there we go. So that's all going to be upgraded to the newer, faster road. That bit might have problems. Yeah, that bit's going to have problems. All right, bulldoze, bulldoze, and bulldoze. And maybe the bit in the middle as well, bulldoze. All right. So I need to bring this across like so, no problem. And then the trucks would just go straight through Lafayette to the other side. Which again, totally fine by me. Okay, so let's start working backwards. This right here is gonna need a large truck station. Large truck station, there we go. Can't speak today, apparently. Large truck station right there, because we're bringing in plastic and we're bringing in planks. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna bring the planks in via truck, but I might, just for the sake of not having to set up another train line. But we'll argue we're bringing in 2 sets of goods. And we're sending one out. So we do need the large truck station. Down here... Well, you know what? We could... I wonder if I want to use this. I might use the Lafayette chemical plant rather than the Miami one. Because either way, the goods are... Well, no, if I was using the Lafayette one, it would have made more sense to bring the road this way. I might still do that, though. Rather than use the... Well, no, we're using this, aren't we? So yeah, either way, it has to go from there to there. But then I think I'll bring it along and use the Lafayette chemical plant. Because it'll help Lafayette. It'll just give it a bit of a boost, I think. I think that's kind of how it works. The more jobs or the more production you have in a city, the better the city can do. I think. I might be making that up. So we'll do a large truck station here as well. So a bit like that. So that's where the plastic's going to be produced. So something comes in, something goes out. Over here, something comes in, something goes out. So we're going to go for a large truck station on this as well. Just right there should be fine. Then down here, something is just being produced, so we can use a small truck station just about there. So what we need to do at this point is set up a new line, which is going to be Durham to here. So that I really, I could try and set this up as a way to like have one set of trucks do everything so that the trucks are going to bring... The trucks would drop off one... Well, no, because we can't... Oh, I could have the trucks that do the fuel, because they bring crude oil to here and then would pick up the fuel. I wonder if that would work. So I could have the same set of trucks going back and forth on the line. No, let's not do it that way. So that is going to be crude oil from Durham. So it's a truck line, crude oil from Durham to Grand Prairie West. So that's going to be oil in Grand Prairie. That's how that works, right? Well, no, it can be oil slash fuel is the thing. We're more so looking for fuel at this point, though. Oh, sorry, we're more so looking for oil at this point. So we then want the oil from here to go to here, which will turn it into plastics. So that is going to be oil from Grand Prairie to plastic in Lafayette, which is fine. And then we're going to have plastic from Lafayette go to goods in Lafayette. So again, that's another truck line, which is plastic from Lafayette to goods. Lafayette. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. This might be a little tricky. We'll shorten that to Plas from Lafayette to goods Lafayette. Okay. So that's the 3 lines set up, but the goods aren't going to be consumed unless we set up another line where they're going to be consumed. So in Chicago, which is where I want the goods to go, goods are consumed by shopping facilities. So where are the shopping facilities? Right in the middle. So we would want the goods to go there, which is totally fine by me. So we're going to set up one more line, which is goods from Lafayette to Chicago. So truck goods from Lafayette to Chicago. All right. So that right there should do some beautiful stuff for us. Food production is go. It is actually working really well. This thing's full currently. The farm is going nuts with its production as well, which is also beautiful. And at this point, we just need to set up some trucks to do their thing. So I'm going to set up a truck depot in Durham. And I'm going to put it like there. So truck depot right there. Excuse me. And I think we'll have 5 trucks doing crude oil. And we'll have, well, 5 trucks doing crude oil. We'll have 5 doing oil and then like 3 doing plastics. Something like that. So buy some road vehicles. We want this. We want them to do crude oil. They're going to be dark blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And those are going to be on the crude oil from Durham to oil in Grand Prairie, which is fine. Then we want to do oil, which I'll make a slightly lighter blue, and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and say that that is going to be the oil from Grand Prairie to plastics in Lafayette. Then this one's going to do the plastics, which will make sort of a reddish looking truck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, which is going to be the plastics line. So that's done here. Plastics in Lafayette to goods in Lafayette. And we'll let those sort of just get set up, because these guys here aren't really... Oh, they do. Some of them do have cargo. All right, fair enough. Didn't think they'd have cargo right away, but apparently they do. So those trucks are all going to head out and do their thing. Some of them are going to be carting oil. Some of them are going to be carting crude oil. That's totally fine by me. I'm actually really keen to see if this starts working, because it should. We should be able to get a pretty good production line going here. I also realize I've got some vehicles from down here and sent them all the way up here kind of unnecessarily, but we'll not worry too much about that. I'm just excited that this one actually does have some crude oil on it already, because it means that when these guys that are carting the oil arrive, they're actually going to be able to pick some stuff up and go right away and start making some money. So that is pretty good news. I should also upgrade this entire stretch of road along here, to be honest. But, you know, whatever. It'll be fine. We'll get it in a minute. So you're going to drop off some stuff. And there we go. We have some oil being produced, which is very slowly being picked up, which is totally fine by me. Let's go ahead and upgrade that road then. So medium country road is going to go there and is going to go there and there as well, because we can. That whole stretch is upgraded too. We'll maybe upgrade that one as well. Could go for large country roads and get the speed limit up to 62, but I don't think we need to do that. Is production done? Oh yeah, production done here is going pretty well. We probably should upgrade that road as well, just to keep that speed limit up, but apparently it doesn't want to do that. So let me pause real quick. Bulldoze, bulldoze, and bulldoze. And let me just bring this road to like here. And like that. Well, more like that. Then down to there. So that right there should be a little bit better. I think I'm also going to upgrade the road that comes out of Durham. So there we go. Speed limit should be a little bit better on that road for them. They have some stuff to pick up. These trucks are all well on their way, which is beautiful to see. This one here actually has like 1 unit of something, I believe. Oil? Yeah, 1 unit of oil. Don't know why I didn't know what it had. I really should have. But that's all good. Oh my god, there's so many vehicles trying to get through here. It's ridiculous. I wonder if I should upgrade some of those roads. Might not be a terrible idea, like extra large streets. I can do large streets. I can't do extra large, unfortunately. Let's get some extra large streets in there. Because that just gives them more lanes to work with, which I think is going to be really important. So just that main road going through there, I think absolutely should have 4 lanes rather than just the 2. So that right there should be fine. This one going up this way can totally be upgraded as well. And that should just, you know, help traffic to move a little bit better, I think. It's just turned into city skylines for a moment there. That's kind of weird. Oh my god, there's so many buses. Can I upgrade this? Ooh. Oh. Yeah, more platforms, definitely. Apply. I mean, yeah, I've just lost a lot of passengers, but good lord, look at this. That right there is going to be so useful to have. That's going to let my buses, yeah, they all go to different places now, which is beautiful. That's exactly what I want to say. So they're not going to get stuck going in there as much, which is really important. So you're coming in with what? A full load, I assume, which is 7.6 million. Not bad. The other food train is where currently? Where is the other... Is that the other food train? No, that's a passenger train. Is the other food train like back here? Oh, it is. Okay. It's nearly full, actually, which is pretty cool. So once it fills up, it's gonna head straight back to Chicago, which really should be, there we go, any second. So this train's gonna wait, which is fine by me. I don't mind that these do sort of hang about. I don't mind that at all. Interestingly, the Chicago Loop is losing money. Considerable money coming off the train lines, which is beautiful. Some really good money coming off the farms. No money currently from any of those lines down there. That's kind of to be expected. All right, this is good. This is really, really good. Let me have a little look and see. So we are now finally producing goods, right? Or at least we should be. Unless the goods are getting consumed by Lafayette, which they should not be. They are not. So are we producing goods? No. Okay, that's a bit odd. So you guys bring plastics in. Let me have a little look. So this is producing plastic. These guys are bringing stuff for plastic production. But good. Oh, and forgot the wood, didn't I? Okay, yeah, that's totally it. My bad. Totally forgot to start bringing up planks. So interestingly, not that many planks. I feel like we might need more wood production. So let me go and do 2 things. Number 1, I want trucks that come from here and go all the way up. I know that's not going to be the most efficient thing in the world, but we're going to have to do it. So that is going to be planks. So plank from Salt Lake City to goods in goods in Lafayette. All right, that's fine. So let's get some trucks on that line. Is there a truck depot anywhere handy? I mean, there's one here, I know, but I was hoping for somewhere else. It's all good. We'll go to here. You are going to carry some planks for me. So plank, we'll make you sort of that color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. Those are going to be set on the plank to Lafayette line, which is that one. And that should be fine. Close that up real quick. Close this all out real quick. And we should start seeing some planks get moved. But I think we also need to move more logs. I think the log line is not as efficient as it should be. So buy some road vehicles. Go to here. And logs, they're going to be that color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do 5 of those. And that is going to be logs from Elgin to planks in Salt Lake City. Which should be fine. Now, something else I could totally do is start bringing some logs from Grand Prairie as well. It's a much longer line, but we could do that. It is definitely an option. We have a couple of sawmills done that way as well. Also an option. One person waiting for a plane there. Not the most exciting thing in the world. 56 of 108 on that. Production here seems to have slowed down a bit. Yeah, production here has also slowed down a bit. We might need to look into that. But how much money are we making each year at this point? Oh my god. Okay. 10 plus million. Not bad. Let's repay my entire loan so we're not paying anything on that anymore. So there we go. We have no more loan. Which is beautiful stuff. Absolutely love seeing us without a loan. Oh my god. 130 people waiting right there to go around the Chicago Loop. That's a lot of people. Good lord. That is an awful lot of people. Way more people than should be there, if we're honest. But I don't think there's much I can do about that right now. So what do I mean, this can't be upgraded either. There's not the room for it. Although I don't think it needs to be. We have two different kind of platform things there, so I think we're all right. Now here's my question. Have we had any planks come up here yet? I guess we haven't. If we have a look at details, yeah, so there's a lot of plastic that's currently stored in there, but no wood. There's also a lot of potential plastic. Not quite sure what that's about. There's a lot of potential oil. Oh, there is. So I assume potential oil is like, you know, going back through the line. Yeah, look at this. There's a lot of crude oil lying back there that we could be moving. Okay, let's bump the numbers on that line up a little bit. And say crude oil in that color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And put them on the crude oil from Durham to Grand Prairie line. So we'll get them moving. Which should be excellent stuff. Oh, we just got a new bus as well. And also, I haven't set up automatic replacement on any of these lines yet. So let's get that done real quick. This is the oil line right here. So it's going to be this. It is going to be oil. And oil will do... Let's do like a light pink on the oil ones, actually. Because we can. Automatically replace. There we go. Let's go through all of these then. So the trains aren't going to automatically replace. That's the thing I'm actually avoiding. Crude oil from Durham to oil in Grand Prairie. Similar story. It's going to be this truck. It's going to be crude oil. It's going to be light blue this time. And auto replace. Then if we scroll down, we have a couple of lines. We have the planks from Salt Lake City to goods in Lafayette. That's going to be this truck here with that's plastic, with planks in that color right there. Again, just really because I can. Plastic from Lafayette, similar story. This truck carting plastic color, just strong red, I suppose. And then I think that's all of them, which is fine by me. The planes aren't going to auto-replace either, but what I do want to do is I want to go through and make sure my buses are going to be auto-replacing. So currently, we're replacing our buses with the twin coach 44.5, which has capacity for 11 passengers, goes 31 miles per hour. The fishbowl 12 and 40, but a shorter lifespan. I don't think I'm too worried. So make it yellow, and we'll replace immediately on the loop. 1.22 million is fine. Chicago to Elgin, similar story, replaced with the fishbowl in that light blue color. We're not going to have those auto-replaced, though, I don't think. At least not currently. We could afford it, to be honest. We could probably afford it. I just don't think it's necessary for the sake of one more passenger on the buses. The speed would be good. Don't get me wrong. The speed would be really, really good. I just don't think it's all that necessary. Not yet. Maybe we'll celebrate when we get to $100 million and we'll be like, hey, let's go and buy all the buses. I really should set up some other bus lines as well, though. It's been a long time since we've done that, and I think maybe a bus line down to Durham could be an idea. Even if that ends up being a bus line from Grand Prairie to Durham, I just think, why did I say Durham with such hatred in my voice? Oh yeah, we'll go to Durham. But it's a possibility. I mean, I still like the idea of having trains that go to Miami, and it's, again, definitely something we could do. Especially with this train line up here, we could, you know, double up the cargo train line as one that goes to Miami and Tallahassee and Arlington. Modesto is the only one that really gets sort of screwed on that line. You know what? Oh, what are we getting? Oh, look at that. Not bad. We just got a very interesting looking plane right there. Let's go ahead and make a new station down here. So it's gonna be super expensive to build this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Right there. Now, what's the complaint here? Lafayette Chemical Plant is, I assume, producing goods, or it's attempting to. It wants to. What does it want to do? Industry to report the following problems. What's the problem, though? Try to ship more items. Okay. So we now need to put vehicles on the line to bring goods to Chicago. That's fine. Buy some road vehicles. This one, goods. Goods can be colored bright yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And set those on the truck line, bringing goods from Lafayette to Chicago. So there we go. So we should very well start seeing this produce some goods once it realizes there are actually trucks on the line. I think. What are you bringing? Why is there no plastic there? Oh, there we go. So it's starting to move goods. Plastic production seems worryingly low. You know, I actually know what that'll be. That'll be because the entire line was bottlenecked here and wasn't going anywhere. All of the production across the line will have dropped because the goods weren't being consumed. That's fine. Right. So where was I? I was down in Grand Prairie. And what I was doing was going to here and going to the Grand Prairie line. And what I wanted to do was go to Maple Street and add a stop. Oh, sorry, not after that. After Chicago Exchange, add a stop there. Then go to Maple Street and ditch the Maple Street stop. So they now go to the Grand Prairie transfer, which is fine by me. Because what we want to do... Grand Prairie Oil Refinery. Yeah, they're all going to be complaining about the same thing. The entire line will have sort of stopped functioning for a second there, but that's fine. But what we want to do is we want to go down to Durham. And we want to have a look at the population. So a lot of people live up around that way. So I kind of want to try and get a bus station right in the middle. As expensive as that's going to be. So like there. It's not actually that expensive either. We could probably go with a small one, to be honest. It is just Durham. So, right in the middle of Durham, bus station. And we're going to say, let's go from Durham up to Grand Prairie. And that's fine. So that right there is going to be a bus line from Grand Prairie to Durham. And that's totally fine. Because what we can do is we can go ahead and actually just add buses to it from Durham. So buy some road vehicles, get the fishbowl. I believe the line that they're going to be going on is actually colored black, so we'll go for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buses. And yeah, there we go. So fishbowl's good to go. It's a good looking bus. It's a really good looking bus. But that right there is going to do some great stuff for us. And we also have so many people waiting down here already. I can't imagine anyone's going to be in any rush to go to Durham currently, but maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll see some good stuff. Good lord, a lot of goods waiting up here to go to Chicago. I'm actually really excited for this, to be honest. Because Chicago, if we have a look, I've played this game a lot, right? I have played a lot of Transport Fever, but I've never, ever put a focus on actually providing a lot of stuff for one of my cities. But here we are, you know, providing a lot of food, providing a lot of resources, trying to provide some goods, some fuel. The fuel, honestly, is the one I'm most concerned about. It really is. We might very well need to double up in production down here and start bringing fuel from this direction up to Chicago as well. Just as a more steady stream of fuel versus what we currently have. But with that said, we have just passed the 100 million mark. So I said we'd celebrate. So let's celebrate. Let's replace all of our buses with the fishbowl. Really great way to celebrate hitting 100 million. Hey, we just hit 100 million. Let's just spend several million to celebrate. So there we go. So that's just a whole shed load of new vehicles going there. Should be really interesting to see them come in because some of them will start replacing around this part. Or is that the fishbowl right there, isn't it? No, that's the fishbowl. There we go. Oh, not bad. They look really good. That's a really nice looking bus. And I also really enjoy that it is a faster bus as well. I mean, it may get stuck behind the occasional bit of traffic, but a faster bus is a faster bus, and that's kind of what we're going for, so not bad. Oh my god! There's 42 people wanting to get on a bus in Durham. That was thoroughly unexpected. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't expect that. But I guess, technically, what they could be doing is going from Durham to Chicago. Because at long last, they can do that. They can go from Durham to Chicago. Also, is anyone on this plane? No, there's not. So, no one's really using the airport, and it's really unfortunate. It really is just unfortunate that no one's keen to fly back and forth. Also, right here, 93 people currently waiting. We might be in a spot where we need to upgrade the trains. Let me have a little look, because I do like keeping the multiple unit trains. So that is, what is that? That right there, that is, I don't know what that is. Because that right there, yeah, so that's, I don't know what that is. That's weird that it doesn't, that must just be like a multiple unit thing for just like the engine. I have, okay, fair enough, whatever. So if we look at locomotives then, we'll look at locomotives. I'm specifically looking for diesel, I suppose. That thing can hit 65, 117 for that one. And then if we look at passenger wagons, we could go for the All-American Golden Sand. 19 passengers. Quite expensive, but I'm definitely considering it. What's the speed on this? 110. Okay. I'm tempted to buy this. 117. You know what? Let's buy it. And let's make it orange. No, let's not make it orange. Let's try just black on that. So buy that. Although I still want to know what this is. 3,360 kilowatts of power. Oh, is that an electric version? Oh, no, hold on. What? No, hold on. Locomotives, power. Oh, it is just this with more power. So let me sell that and let me buy the multiple unit version because it is more powerful. More expensive, but I'm curious. So that's technically a multiple unit version of... Okay, so that's a more power... Okay, right, I get it. So, 112 is the top speed on that. get me, what, 19 passengers? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then set that on the passenger train line, and let's see what happens. So that moves out. That actually looks really, really intimidating, if anything. But it is a very, very powerful train. So should have no problem reaching some pretty high speeds. Which is kind of what we're going for. It also sounds cool. It also has a giant cloud of black smoke behind it. But that should really... The one thing I'm excited about with this train is seeing it come back up that hill. Because it's not going to have trouble. Like, it hit like almost 80 coming in there. It also just about fits in that station. But it'll pick everyone up. It'll turn around and head back up the hill. And I have a funny feeling it's going to have no trouble getting up that hill. Yeah, it's accelerating uphill. Which is really good, because that's something that our other trains frequently struggle with. So that's really, really good stuff right there. I'm really excited to see if this train just ends up being as good as I think it can be. Really, really keen to see how that goes. So it's let a bunch of passengers off. It's picked a bunch up. And now this is where it should get interesting. It accelerates really, really quickly. It's also slowing down a little bit there, but here we go. This is where it's going to pick up speed. This is where it's going to pick up speed. It's going to have no problem getting to where it needs to go. Oh, I love it. I really do. I really love that we've got like a proper high-speed train going back and forth here. I mean, those other trains are great, don't get me wrong, but this thing is like... It's a machine! Literally. It is a machine by definition. But you get my point. Very, very cool looking train. Should make a good amount of money. 702k, not bad. 39 people on board, 40 people on board. And away it goes. All right, we might need to duplicate a couple of those. We might certainly need to duplicate a couple of those. I'm also thinking that at some point in the next couple of episodes, I really want to go through and start upgrading all of my train lines. Because I like the idea that this station in Chicago is eventually going to have a lot of platforms. In fact, we could, by all means, we can't increase the length of the platform, but we can increase the number of tracks considerably. Which I am going to do. Because I like the idea that Chicago is going to become a hub for trains at some point, and that'll look really cool. Now for here, 78 something people, 83 people waiting, whatever it was. It really doesn't seem like we're moving much in the way of oil or plastics. How are we looking in Chicago for just resources? We're not bad. Definitely not bad. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I'd say we've done some pretty interesting stuff. We've connected up Durham at long last. We've got a new train, upgraded Chicago slightly. I am really excited to see what we can manage to do with the train lines, though. We have the money to do it. Like, we're making enough at this point that we absolutely have the money to do it. What's more, I mean, look at this. We spent 19 million on new vehicles and didn't even lose $1 million that year. So things are definitely interesting. Also, I want to just double check what the top speed of these guys happens to be. So your top speed is 110. So really, the trains should never get stuck behind each other. Your top speed is 62, so it's possible that a passenger train will get stuck behind one of the cargo trains. But I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. I also love seeing the cargo trains go back and forth like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm going to leave it there. So as always, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you kind of for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.